Hello guys, greetings and salutations. This is James here at Unique Perspectives. So I'm actually making this video because I started watching more pretty privilege videos, and I already did a video regarding pretty privilege and, just a male perspective, really just talking more so about ladies and things like that. But I wanted to do kind of a flip side, the other perspective. I feel like there are some ladies that have tried to address this topic, sort of the disadvantages of being attractive or the opposite of the pretty privilege, like the disadvantages of being somebody that attracts a lot of people. So I think I just wanted to go through, I have like 10 things that I wanted to address, but you guys know me, you follow me and subscribe, you know that I like to be very thorough with my points. So I'm probably gonna make 2 videos because I don't want this to be super long, so bear with me. But I wanna have just 5 points that I want to address. Don't mind my gloves, I got them from Amazon recently. They're my workout gloves. Getting in shape, so anyway, please like and subscribe, and let's get to the topic at hand. So the first point I will like to address when it comes to some of the disadvantages or the cons of being very attractive, and let me just, before somebody assumes, I'm not saying I'm one of those super attractive people. I think I'm just a typical looking guy, so I don't really, there's some people that find me attractive, some people that don't, so I'm okay with that. But this is more so leaning towards ladies because, I don't know, I kind of feel like it should be addressed. It should be addressed when it comes to this topic. I have nieces, I have female friends, I have people that I care about, and I just want to put this out there just to kind of let people know they're interested in checking this out. What's out there? What kind of things can happen? What are some situations that they can find themselves in? So some of these are kind of rough, but I want to be thorough, and here we go. So the first point I'm going to say is simply attracting vain people. Attracting vain people. One of the issues that I think very attractive people tend to have is people assume a lot of things about them. So you have, for example, I don't know, let's say you have an attractive lady out and about and she's single and she's looking for a meaningful relationship. There are a lot of guys that may be very well qualified to be a potential partner, for a long-term, God-fearing relationship. But there are some guys that will be intimidated to approach her, so they'll just kind of back off. While some people call them jerks, the thugs, douchebags, whatever you want to call it, those guys don't have any reservations. They will just go after a woman. So the reality is an attractive lady can be simply being approached by hundreds and hundreds of men. And there's a possibility a very small amount of those guys are actually worth anything. Think about that. You have 100 guys, come after you, and maybe only 10%, if not any, that are actually worth actually dating and willing to marry you and be in a God-fearing relationship with a great foundation. So that's one of the tricky parts I think about, somebody that's very attractive. And some of these points apply to men as well, but I'm leaning this more towards ladies. I think another issue under this first point is just being seen as a status symbol. I think that, it goes without saying, some ladies are just seen as trophies. They're seen as a status symbol. A guy gets a very attractive lady on his arm, and he doesn't need her to talk. He doesn't care about her feelings or emotions. He doesn't care about anything. Her role in his mind is to look cute and for him to have sex with and have access to sexually. But there's a lot of ladies that are basically objectified and they're seen as objects, so there's something to look out for. It's not something I think that is an advantage, but looked over some other YouTube videos about this topic, and there were some ladies that mentioned that being attractive for them only attracted primarily very attractive men, but with attractive men came dealing with their admirers. And so I don't know if I want to call that too much of an issue, but I know that can be a thing. But just think about it. You being around a guy that maybe you consider a friend or a buddy or whoever, and everyone around him is always assuming that, let's say his wife, or let's say, his partner, they think that you're going after him. And maybe you don't see him that way, but maybe they think, well, because you're attractive, of course you're going after him. So I don't know if that's a strong point. It's just something I just wanted to mention. There are a lot of people that have these false ideas of somebody that's attractive. So I'm gonna get more thorough with some of the other points regarding that. And that takes us to number 2. And that is the idea of people not being interested in your personality. So for example, I mentioned this before, but some people will, in a way, objectify a pretty attractive lady, or even a guy for that matter. They will see you more so as someone to exploit, someone to get opportunities from. For example, it's like, hey, we're gonna go into this club. Hey, you come with us so we can get in for free. Or, hey, you're really attractive, you're gonna help us with opportunities. And so there's a lot of people that will even be your friend just because you're attractive, and they feel like they can walk through certain doors because they have you versus not being able to do it themselves. And think about that. It's like you're an object. It's like, hey, you're like this little door opener for them. You just they'll exploit you, they'll manipulate you and use you as an object. So I think that's kind of sad. I will say some of these things that I'm going through, I'm kind of glad I'm not one of those super attractive guys where I'm walking around and everyone's like, oh, like I like a very quiet life. I'm an introvert, so it works best for me. So another point that I thought was really interesting, and there was a lot of ladies that brought this up on YouTube, is this idea of being forced compatibility. And what I mean is that when a guy is approaching you, even if you guys don't have the same ideas, the same foundation, there are a lot of guys that they don't really care. They just want to be with you because you're attractive. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about your beliefs. They don't care about your personality, your character, your experiences, your goals. They don't care about any of that. They just want to be with you because you're attractive. And I think in a Disney movie that can be cute, but I think in real life that doesn't work out very well, and that doesn't help to build a meaningful, long-lasting relationship. I guess the next point under the number 2 really is something that I think we all kind of know, and this is really just male friends befriending attractive ladies for the opportunity simply to sleep with them. There's a lot of guys that will deliberately connect with a woman, befriend a woman, surround themselves with a woman. The idea really is just to simply sleep with them. There are some sick guys that will wait until she's vulnerable, she's sad, she's going through a breakup, and then they will try to move in right at that moment. So to me, I think it's sick. I think that we should be kind of open with our interest openly and publicly and just allow the person to decide if they want to be with us. But there are some people that will simply wait for the opportunity to sleep with you. It could be, chilling at the movies or chilling at home or at their apartment or whatever else, and they will wait until you're in a vulnerable state. Wait until you're smoking with them or drinking with them, or you're, like I said, you're sad or you're vulnerable, lonely, and that's when they will move in. And, to me, I used to think that was okay at first, like sort of like staying on standby, but now I see like it's almost a way of like, you're not really their friend. You're really just waiting to exploit them. So I know some ladies that have difficulties with making a distinction between the guys that actually really care about what's happening with them, like God-fearing men, and then men that just are in their life because they simply want to sleep with them or at least have access to them, potentially sleeping with them. So something that I think we could talk more about, but that's something that's very important. Number 3 is, I guess this is also a given, and this is simply attracting unwanted attention. Attracting unwanted attention. So one of the most basic things that ladies that are attractive endure is getting approached all the time. Imagine you're not in the mood to actually have conversation, or you're thinking about things that are going on in your life that are very important, and you're trying to just simply pump gas so you can get to work or get to school or get to whatever. And there's some guys that are practically standing in line to ask you for your number and start a conversation with you. Now, I think that men should approach women in public. That's how some relationships start. It should be okay, but I think that sometimes it could sort of put women, attractive ladies, in a very difficult position because it's constant. It's constant. And even me as an introvert, there are times when I don't want to answer that phone and I don't want to have those conversations. Sometimes I just want to kind of be left alone. I want to just read my Bible. I want to just enjoy my book. I want to enjoy my movie. I want to enjoy a video game. I want to enjoy my walk, on my days off. But there are times I don't want to be bombarded as well. So I can imagine for ladies that may not be extroverted, a lot of the attention can be a lot for them. Okay, so number 4, I think this is also a very obvious point, and that is simply being objectified, being seen as an object. So I think one of the most basic things we would expect from most guys that are interested in an attractive lady is they are simply seen as a sexual object. I think I kind of brought it up at an earlier point, but there are a lot of guys that they don't care about the feelings, the emotions, the history, the ideas of the personality of the character of an attractive lady. They only care about one thing, and that is conquering her. That is having sex with her, being intimate with her, and that's her role to them. And when it comes to trying to build a home, build a family, and do all these things, it's trying to go in a more meaningful, long-term direction. That's not on the table for a lot of those guys. For them, their sole purpose is the woman is attractive, so that's as far as I want to go with them. So I think that can be very difficult for attractive ladies to manage, because imagine you're trying to date and you're trying to connect with a guy, and the only thing he's doing is putting on this mask to pretend like he's interested in you, when really he just sees you as an opportunity to enjoy just for a season. We know how a lot of these things work. A lot of these guys and gals, when they really objectify you, when they see you as an object, they enjoy you just for a little bit, like a toy, take you off the shelf, play with you, and when they're finished with you, whether it's a day later or 6 months later or a year later, they're done with you. And there are a lot of guys that will even prolong the idea of trying to marry or be engaged with somebody just to buy them time because they want to have fun, and then they plan on leaving. So I think that sucks, but it's something that should be addressed. Like I said, I have nieces, I have female friends, I have female family members that I care about. So I think this kind of information should be out there just to warn, especially young ladies that are coming of age and they're attracting attention, just to be aware that this is something that happens to a lot of people. Another point, a part of this point, is just not being respected. Again, there are a lot of people that will see a person that's very attractive as a toy, as an object, and they don't really care about your feelings or emotions, the fact that you're made in the image of God, that you have innate value and worth and dignity. And so for them, it's like, hey, if you can't give me what I want, then they'll toss you to the side or leave you alone or whatever. So something just to be mindful of. I brought this up before, but I'll just bring it up again just to kind of reinforce my point. There are a lot of people that will see an attractive lady as a status symbol, as a trophy. Maybe they have a lot of money and they will go find an attractive lady, and her purpose is just to make them look even nicer than what they feel that they already are. Again, they don't really care about her feelings, her emotions, what direction she wants to go in life, her dreams, aspirations. They don't care. Her purpose is to make them look nice and for them to enjoy her for a season, and then they're ready to bounce and they're ready to leave the relationship. So it's not something I think that is a good thing, but because we inherited that sinful nature from Adam because of his disobedience in the garden, this is something that happens to a lot of ladies. They have to find out this the hard way. I've had a lot of people very close to me that had to find this out the hard way, that just because a guy is pursuing them just for temporarily, it doesn't mean that the guy is genuinely interested. And after the guys feel fulfilled, they toss the lady aside and they're ready for the next fix. I'm gonna wrap this up with just my last point, and that's number 5. I will make another video, so there'll be a follow-up video. If anybody's interested, I'll probably put the link behind this video. But it is just interesting to know, and this is number 5, that you can be in plain danger as well for being attractive. Already people can be in danger already just for looking typical, average, whatever that you want to call it, but that increases, those chances increase of being stalked, of being attacked, of being sexually assaulted potentially, and all these other things. Just by being more attractive, there's going to be more people that's going to approach you more. At the gas station, at the store, and all these other things, there are going to be people always approaching you. Even if you're in a relationship, even if you have a ring and you're showing the person, oh no, thank you, I have a ring, there are some people that will still continue to pursue you. There's some people that will look at your license plate and start investigating where it is that you live. Are you really single? Some people will go out their way to find and get your number or connect with the people that know you so they can have access to you. So there are a lot of sick people that will do all sorts of things to get to you. And I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to go after anybody and say, oh, hey, I envy being, some of you that are very attractive. It has nothing to do with that. I'm a Christian man. I feel like I have some responsibility to address this for those that will listen. I have people in my life that they've been hurt because they attracted a lot of the wrong attention, and they didn't know how to make a distinction between the people that they can trust and the people that they couldn't. And so they kind of paid for it. So I'm just sharing this because of that. Obviously, we know that, for example, there's a lot of people who say there's a lot of white women they're blonde with blue eyes, and they are considered the standard of beauty here in the United States, or with the Eurocentric features in the West and things like that. But I think sometimes we overlook the fact that those are the women that are most kidnapped in foreign countries. So there's even a cost with that look. But if it's not only limited to obviously these white Caucasian women, it's to anyone, and it could be somebody not in a foreign country. It could be right here in the United States that somebody can be tempted to be trafficked or hurt or assaulted in some way. So this is part of the reason why I think personally a lot of ladies should be getting their gas in the daytime. People are sick, people are crazy, people will haunt you, people will stalk you, people will double team and work together to hurt people just for no reason, just for selfish gain. So I think it's important just to be very mindful of your safety when it comes to living your life and not just being blind and not really just not being attentive to your surroundings and things like that. I'm gonna end this video right now, but I'm gonna have 5 more points in my next video. God bless you guys. This is James here at Unique Perspectives. Hope you love my workout gloves. They're very comfortable. And yeah, if you have any thoughts or any things you wanna bring up, please, I'm gonna read the comments. I'll check out whatever it is you have to say. And yeah, take care. God bless you guys. Peace. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.